Alright guys, I was gonna get you a video before I set them, but the battery was dead on this thing, so I just charged it up real quick. But I installed some rock lights on here. Well, this is the beginning of it. I didn't use the factory washers and lock nuts because you know, I just found out the thread pitch on these screws, which is metric. It's M4 by 0.7, and the drill size was 129 thousandths. So I just drilled them. Actually, I went under. I used a 125 or 121 thousandths drill, and then I just tapped them. And I put this one here. I mean, they're pretty solid. I wanted them facing out this way towards the ground because when I ride at night, sometimes I park directly in a mud hole and I don't even know it, or I'd park directly on a stump and I end up tripping, busting my ass. So these, you know, they're not for show. They're actually, I'm gonna leave them white so I can look at it this side where I'm going, because I got light, you know, going directly in front, and these lights are very bright. Oh yeah, you can tell I got water in this one. I kind of rolled it, so kind of messed something up in here, but that's the only one that's got water in it. This one's good. But yeah, they're gonna look pretty sweet. I got that one right there coming out this way, and I got this one. I didn't want it underneath here because you know, I don't need to look underneath here for anything. I got this one coming out directly down here on the side of my side-by-side. So like I said, it's gonna look pretty sweet at night. This brand is the okay, this is the cover right here. They were $90 on eBay. 60 or 90. I think they were $96 or something for a 4 kit, but they're pretty sweet. There's an app you download, and I'll show you how to do that when I get it all hooked up. But it comes with its own like little control module. Pretty easy to hook up. All these fittings here have just kind of like a cap that screws on there, and it goes in one way, and they're pretty much solid, like waterproof or something like that. But you see, there's the end of them. They just screw right on there, and there's no wire connecting. The only two wires you gotta they're already stripped. All you gotta do is hook that into the power and the ground. Pretty easy. So I'm probably gonna hook this little box up behind my seat there. Just screw it on there, and oh man, I do not want to take these plastics off because I want to run. Here's another one. Yeah, I put them both right here facing down. It's on a trailer now, so it's eye level, but once it's off the trailer, this thing, at night it won't be shining in your eye because it'll be at your waist pretty much, and you'll just be able to see where you're walking around by the side-by-side, and you're hanging out and partying and drinking and all that kind of shit. So I dread running these wires because now I got to run them underneath that plastic cover, and I really don't want to take that off just to run these little plastic or these lights. So I think I might run them up and zip tie them, because there's 10 feet of cable, so you can wrap this thing around. Here's the other one. I got that wire going up through there. Got them coming out now. But yeah, I just drilled them and tapped them, all four. So I drilled them and tapped them right in and they're solid. I mean, they ain't going nowhere. I put that rubber mount on them. There's two types of rubber mounts. There's Let's see here. There's this one that's got like a beveled edge on it for a pipe, your roll cage. And then the other one is over here. It's flat. So I use 2 of these and then 2 of the round ones. But yeah, it's gonna look pretty good when I'm done. Like I said, I'll show you a finished install, and then I'll get a video of it at night, and we'll go from there. All right, y'all. Here's another update. It is April 17th, and 2018. So, like I said, this thing is about 6 months old now, and she's seen some shit, and still dries like a beast. I took it out the other day, and no hesitation, I hit a big ass stump over on this side, and it didn't do anything. I mean, this stump was like a foot sticking out of the ground. I didn't see it, and I went flying, and no bent, nothing bent. I stopped and checked it over. I took all this plastic off because it ripped off, but I'm doing a mock-up on the bumper, and I just got to get this sheet metal. Actually, I'll show you it right here. Alright, so this is going to be the front. This is the line where it needs to be bent, and it's going to be 34 degrees bent, or 146. My angle finder, whatever, I think it's 146 degrees, but that's the line that needs to be bent. And at work, I'm gonna get these guys to water jet these out, and then this is gonna be the airflow for the radiator, and this is gonna be the bottom side for the skid plate. Like I said, it's gonna be like that, or I might not even do the diamond plate. I might just do stainless steel, because this is only an 1/8 inch thick, which is pretty thin, and it's pretty light. It's kind of just a to block mud and palmettos and like little stuff like that. But if I hit a stump, dude, this thing is denting in big time. If I have a stainless steel one, if I get a 8 gauge stainless steel, dude, I could hit a concrete barrier and that thing would just put a little fucking nick in it. But I'll keep y'all updated on this. This is just another little project I'm doing for the front. And then I'm running these 2 bars. These are spring steel bars. Let me go run them up in here real quick. Basically how they're going to sit in there. Measure this even on both sides, and weld them in here, weld them in here, and this is the solid point. These are the solid points in this frame. You want this connected to here, and that connected to here. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to put the skid plate like this to cover this, and this is going to be the opening for the airflow to go in and cool down the radiator. And then I'm going to mount some bracket that goes from here to here, and it's going to go out, and that's going to be my winch plate. My winch is going to sit on here because I didn't want my winch low, even though it's better to have it low. But all the mud digging and riding I do, I want my winch out of the water because sometimes I'm stuck and I won't be able to see my winch if it's down here. At least I'll be able to get my hand on it if I'm stuck up here in mud. So this is going to be where my winch is going to sit, right there. And I adjusted my springs up 2 notches, and I would really suggest you do that after you break it in, because when you go down into a hole, you're not scraping the bottom end. You kind of got more of a bounce, just a bounce out of that hole. So especially with stock tires, as soon as you wear in the springs and stuff, I might even go one more, but I did 2 notches all the way around. 2 notches there, and 2 notches on the other 2 sides. So I'm gonna get back to working on these rock lights, but when I'm finished, I'll give you an update tonight.